Sorry. All right, here we go. Over on V1, they're coming out with that BZ, the Hydra, the Barask Bellefonte, the CS53s, and the AMBT, and DECOY coming out with the Barask Bellefonte, the Indian Panzer, the Drogon, the Ashion, the Falcon, and Charioteer. I lost where I was supposed to be. Here we go. All right. V1 going to take the high ground here, and DECOY going to take the low. I mean, they are getting people low, ready to fire at anybody coming up that hill. But nobody over there but Cav in the Hydra. Now he is getting focused out, and he is hurt, trying to hide in that little hole. But these guys do have shots on him. So guys, just trying to get the stream title updated. There we go. Okay, we should be good to go. All right, now Gambit in that Charioteer did get spotted, and he was quickly put down to 38. Cav did fall. Toasty hanging on there. He did take one shot of damage. Ooh, Rig gets spotted up in that AMB and takes a couple of shots from the Barask there. Toasty takes one of the... Ooh, takes two of the BC. Looks like Super D back there in the Ashion Rex. Seeing that Falcon just being a little nuisance, man. Just getting these guys spotted. Oh, takes a big one from Toasty there, though, in return. Dex, thank you for the resub, man. I appreciate that. Just a heads up, guys, we are on the full 7-minute delay today. All right, now over in the back, Bellefonte CSs are into it here. Indian Panzer getting some good shots into Envy there. Envy gonna have to fall back. Blue is gonna kind of be into it. He's gonna be stuck here. He can't get out. If he comes back up over the hill, the Indian Panzer will have him. So he's kind of stuck at this spot with the Bellefonte. And it looks like the Ashion Rex and the Charioteer are coming back to help out with that. But it looks like the Bellefonte should have him here. Oh, bounce. Ruby's board. All right, so let's see. Toasty's hanging on to a one shot, and he falls. Rig hanging on at mid health, or half health. Envy down to, I'm going to say Envy still a two shot, depending on what gets him. Now we do have Dynamo here hanging on in the backs of A. Ooh, XG takes a couple of big shots there. All right, Barask does fall. 3v7 here. DECOY slowly starting to close in. Shots are starting to come in on the Bellefonte back at the back. Attempted is going to close in on the CS53 of Envy. Bob closing in on Rig here. All right, let's see if it does take out Envy. Rig hanging on at 703. It looks like Bob either missed or bounced. Bellefonte quickly getting focused out over in the back. Down to 267. Ashion coming in, chasing down Rig. Rig falls. Bellefonte left on 267. Did a couple of good bounces there. Or they were just missing. Dodger still on reload, just trying to ram him around here. He does fall, and DECOY takes round one. Let's take a quick look at damage here. Over on V1, Dynamo with 1302, Toasty 1129, Envy 1109. Rig and Cav did get a couple of pins there. Everybody else with 0. Over on Decoy, Bob coming out on top, 2 kills, 2013. Dodger with 1 kill, 1859. HMO, 2 kills, 1789. Attempted with 1 kill, 1614. Super D did get 1225, and nobody else breaking 1,000. Gambit did pick up a kill. All right, let's swap sides. Go to round 2. All right, here we go for round 2. All right, over on Decoy, they got the Barracuda, the Barask, the KPZ. Love that thing. Indian Panzer, Astion, Falcon, and Charioteer. V1 coming out with double BCs, the AMX CDC, Belafron, double 53s, and the M41. All right, Toasty hitting that boost. Looks like V1 going to stay the heck with the 0 line. They're going to send everybody AB. Try to get the overmatch there, and looks like Decoy doing the exact opposite. They're going to send people over to the 0 line. Now let's see who rotates better and can break the system here to get the win. Decoy already got a lot of information. They know they are not coming 0 line. They are setting up for V1's play. All right, V1 actually looks like they're gonna hard. Are they gonna hard rotate their mediums out? Looks like they are. Looks like they are gonna leave Punter up here alone. Toasty's gonna come down a little ways back towards, I'm guessing, probably like E6, where he'll end up. Oh, Sin does get lit. Takes a shot from Toasty, but only going into the tracks. CDC tried to get a shot in there on the Falcon, but did not connect. Sin does take a shot there. I believe that I don't know if that was Rig or if that was one of the Belafrons, but somebody landed a shot. Rig gonna get a little more aggressive here. Double tap into Sin. Rig gonna come in with the cleanup. Takes a shot though from the KPZ. Ooh, takes another couple of shots. Ooh, KPZ hitting those tracks when he went invisible. I believe several of those shots came from the Aston Rex from across. Here comes the cross from all these mediums here. All right, Dodger Blue probably just going to come in, take Rig out, and he's going to spot these guys. Or he does not spot these guys. There it is. Good shots coming in on Dynamo. Dodger going to have to run for his life. Now, if you get a little aggressive here, going to come out in the open and just allow the rest of Decoy to farm into it. Down to probably, I'm going to say he's still a 1-shot. Or still a 2-shot. Boy, these guys really want Dodger Blue out. Those 53s went hard for Dodger. All right, now let's see. We do have the Barracuda, the Astion, and the Charioteer pushing up here across the field. Punter does get lit. Somebody gets a good shot in the punter's side. Tell you what, punter might be in some trouble. I don't know if Toasty is going to rotate to try to help out. Punter does land a good one into the Barracuda. Barracuda shot one of, yeah, 4 or 3. I can't remember. But they're going to jump him here. Here comes Gambit over the top as well. Barracuda is on reload, but I think Gambit's going to out-reload the BZ and take him out before he gets another shot. Yes, he does. All right, now they did push into the killing tank and take the killing tank out over on the far side. We do have Bob here on a 2-shot as KPZ, just kind of hanging out, hoping to not get spotted. And, oh man, I think the BZ can roll for these guys and one-shot most of them. Don't know if he can one-shot the Barracuda, but he's going to be close. Oh, I think he missed his shot. Toasty may fall here. Good bounce. Barracuda on reload. Must only have 3. She is a mix of Australian Shepherd and something else. I don't remember the other. I need to do one of those DNA kits on her, like I did Ruby. All right, Decoy kind of holding this down. They take out Dynamo. It is the 3v3. HP is still in Decoy's favor. The CDC and the 53, I mean, they are in the low ground. They are in a bad spot. Blue goes down. Envy in that 53. He's only got 46 HP. Try to do what he can from the side, but Decoy kind of handled this well. All right, Envy left on that 46 HP here. Decoy starting to move in for the kill. All right, Envy going to take off and draw this out now. Don't know if he can outspot the Charioteer and Astion. Don't really know the view range on these tier 8s, but we'll see what he can do. See, Gambit should have been spotted here in a second. Yep, there it is. Gambit trying to line up the shot. There it is. All right, let's take a quick look at damage while they're swapping maps. Envy coming out on top, 1973. Punter with 1362. Toasty, 1352. Nobody else breaking 1,000, but Dynamo, XGN, Blue, and Rig all did pick up a kill. And I guess we could give XGN and Dynamo 1,000 there. They were close. Over on Decoy, Super D on top, 2 kills, 2611. Gambit, 4 kills, 1925. Calinator with 1705. Bob with 1363. Killing Tank with 1312. Dodger did pick up a kill, but nobody else breaking 1,000. All right, here we go. First round on Proc. V1 coming out with Carnarvon, double T32, T34 black, the 5100, the T69, and the RHM. Decoy coming out with that BZ, the T32, the IS3, a Barask, a Bellefonte, the Mutts, and the Charioteer. Later, Dix. Thanks for coming to hang out, man. Appreciate you. All right, Deagle going pretty heavy over tracks here. They're getting the TD and the Mutts up top. IS3 staying down low in the town. Now looks like the Barask is going to be a little mover here. Looks like he may be circling around to catch up with the IS3, or he's going right back where he was. Toasty does get lit there by the IS3 and vice versa. Toasty does take a shot and bails off. Now, it doesn't look like the Mutts and the Charioteer are stopping. I'd go with the Salmon, honestly, Dix. All right, looks like all three are going to push in on Toasty here. Sting going to lead the charge in the IS3. Airstorm did take a shot in the Mutts, but Toasty is going to fall here, unfortunately. Dodger Blue, I think, got the kill shot in on that. All right, Dodger is down to half health, but the shots coming in from the Charioteer and the Mutts trying to back off the 69 and the 5100. . 5100 down to, what is that, 61. Everybody kind of collapsed it in here. Bob getting some shots in on the black. Blue is burning down here, down to 100, lower, 50, 45. He is going to stay alive for the moment. SGN down to 20 as well. Blue falls. All right, SGN goes down. Dodger did get the kill, but takes a shot, gets tracked up high. Dynamo falls. Sin falls. Now, we do have a pretty good firing line for V1 back here. Still alive with that Borzig T-32s. But they are outnumbered. Super D takes some in the tracks there. Rig gets lit on that shot, and he's got to back off. Hunter getting focused out quick, down to a one shot. All right, Hunter falls. Dodger is hanging on to 69 HP. Oh, Riggs set on fire and goes down. Let's just leave Cav here on his own. Mutts Airstorm coming in, gets a shot in. All right, Cav down to half health. Cleanup crew coming in, Gambit coming in. Everybody on reload. Cav does fall there. All right, that's going to be 3-0 for Decoy going into the second half of Proc. Unless you're going to do damage, you can't be up in my lap. Get out. All right, Rig coming out with one kill, 1274. We'll go ahead and throw Punter up there with that 965 and Cav with the 944. Toasty with the 833. XGN with the 805. Nobody else breaking 800. Dodger Blue coming for Decoy, 3 kills at 1916. Gambit with 1 kill, 1697. Bob with 1 kill, 1613. Super D, 1 kill, 1563. Airstorm, 1405. Sin got 1,000 before he fell, and attempted Wolf, 1 kill, 867. All right, here we go. Round 4. There we go. Decoy going to come out with that BZ, the double T-32, the Nebraska Bellefonte, the Falcon, and the Stark. V1 coming out with the double BZ, the Bellefonte, the Arlet P, the CS, the AMBT, and the Falcon. Now, I don't have much faith in those auto reloaders. I just don't like that AMBT. I feel like there's better mediums. All right, looks like we're going to see V1 pull for a 1-2 push. They are sending the 1CS across tracks here. Everybody else staying pretty much together over on that one line. Falcon does get spotted. Bellefonte gets spotted going for the dip now. Looks like Super D did just go full into the dip. All right, here comes the push for V1. Stop, Scooby. Sending everybody. Now, we do have the lot taking the CS. They're probably going to end up in a fight over here on the back side of the tracks. All right, it was a good call. The BZ just pushed over on the Bellefonte. Falcon is getting down pretty far. They do have the Sark down to 100. Gambit falls. Dynamo still hanging on to the back of that Bellefonte. XGN is down to half health. All right, Bellefonte falls. Bob is on fire. The T-32 caught out up high. Focus is coming in. Down to 83. Rig. Oh, I don't know who got the kill, but he is down. Looks like the Latte did take out the CS over here on the backside. XGN hanging on to next to nothing there, just trying to stay alive. If he gets breathed on, he's going to fall. All right, XGN did go down. Looks like Rig trying to work his way in here to get into Sin, get that light tank out. Super D coming back to help though. Sin down to 200. Down to 71. Oh, but Rig tried to do a spin and got caught by the BZ. Toasted with a good shot at HMO there. Punter takes a big shot. Cav hanging on there, gets a bounce. All right, Punter falls, and they're just going to start pulling in to do a little bit of cleanup here. Toasty turns on the Jets to try to get some distance here. Here comes Dodger in. They're going to ram. Oh, Dodger falls. And Toasty goes down. And that is going to be 4-0 on Decoy here. All right, now we're going to move into our last map. I believe it's going to be Steps. Should be good. Let's take a look over on V1. Toasty with a kill, 2488. Rig with a kill, 1580. Cav did bring in 696. Dynamo brought in a really bad 666 number. Blue with 629, and XGN did pick up a kill. Airstorm, 1 kill, 2880. HMO with 1 kill, 1672. Sin with 1 kill, 1594. Super D with 4 kills, 1397. Dodger with 1385, and nobody else breaking the 1,000 mark. mean, Dirty, you don't stream with me, though. I'm just talking like on stream. It's so much nicer to have somebody with me. All right. Anyway, the V1 coming out with the BZ, the Paladin, the Carnarvon, the T32 IS3 Hydra, and T28 Proto. Decoy coming out with double BZ, Tiger 2, Barask, Belafron, the wotc, and the HM H58. All right, let's see if V1 can get a win on the board. Man, Punter just burning those rockets. All right, looks like Sam gonna do a little spotting run over on the 789 line with that HM8, but everybody else coming over to the 1-2 line. Dodger should get Toasty spotted up here in just a second. He does catch the BZ. Ooh, Toasty with a good shot there on the move. All right, Hydra does take a little bit of a shot there. V1 holding here. Now, eventually, they're going to have to try to either push Toasty out, deal with the 2 tanks over tracks, or we're going to see a full rotate. Now, the light tank and the Barask have got up pretty far here. Trying to get some shots at the Toasty. There's the one that lands. It's like Cav and the Hydra actually going to push up. Looks like the BZ going to push up as well, and they're going to get below Gambit here on the opposite side of the tracks. All right, Punter is down to half health. So what are you trying to get use that hill to get an angle there? I don't think these guys will peek, but they kind of did a good thing here just to try to hold them off and not let them get shots on them. I mean, you can just leave your match, Penny. All right, here we go. Looks like Belafron and Barask going to finally get in here, and they're going to try to get Toasty out. Toasty is down, almost a half health. Barask darted a shot, bounced his second. Belafron trying to get a shot in, takes one. We also have the push over tracks. Punter is already down. Wotcc coming in here and going to get a shot into Toasty. Toasty looks like he has put a couple into attempted. Ooh, crit with a good hit to the back of attempted there. Toasty's still alive. Looks like the Hydra did fall as well over on the other side. Toasty finally falling. All right, well, they got 3 tanks out, and they didn't lose a tank doing it. They did lose some HP, but they still have the HP lead and the tank lead, so it was fairly successful. Cap pressure going to come in. Are they going to put double cap with the Barask? No, they're going to send the Barask probably up high in that 8-2-3 area. And Decoy is pretty set up here. Nobody gonna be able to spot this unless they YOLO somebody. Now, Gambit did take a pretty risky cross across the cap there. Takes a shot for it. Gambit takes another shot there. He is down to 87. Now Cap is down to... Oh, Airstorm jumped off. So Cap's still above 30 seconds, but again, I mean, there's nobody to spot unless somebody YOLOs, and even then, I don't think they're going to make it. All right, under 20 seconds. Rig did fall in the Paladin. All right, 0. And there's the cap for DECOY.
Let's get out of here.
All right, guys, we are going into our last match of the night here. Let's take a quick look at damage. Toasty on top of that 1588 and Dynamo with the 1520. Rig did pick up a kill there with 815. Nobody else breaking 1,000. Bob with 1 kill, 2585 on top. Dodger with 1761. Super D with 1 kill, 1573. Airstorm 1303 out of that Tiger. Gambit and Sin both did pick up a kill, but nobody else breaking 1,000 over on that side as well. Here we go. All right, guys, last round. I really hope V1 can take a win here. Get a round on the board, get a point on the board. DECOY coming out with that BZ, Barracuda, T32, Barask, Belafron, T69, and the Falcon. V1 coming out with double BZ 176, double BZ 166, Barask, Belafon, and Pershing. I feel like we're going to see something like these guys are going to start pushing and they're not stopping. What are the... I know I should know this, but I don't remember 166. Is the 166 the premium or the tech tree? I think 166, is that the tech tree? I don't know my tier. There's too many tier 8 tanks to keep track of. All right, San and Nebraska Dodger, they do get spotted here. Probably XGN. All right, Pershing is getting a little aggressive here. He did put a shot into the Falcon. BCs are taking a... Ooh. Okay. Kind of an odd route, but, you know, it's something we have not seen before. All right, Blue did take a shot there as it came over the hill. Only one, though. All right, cap pressure's on. All right, Super D did get 2 shots there. I believe 1 into each of the 176s. Gambit hanging on at half health. Super D half health. XGN is off reload. Sin coming around. Looks like he's going to circle back, pick up that fight. Oh! Big shots into Sin. Sin is on fire, and he is burning. He is down to a 1 shot. He does fall. HMO down to 733 at half health. Airstorm goes down to half health as well. Toasty peeked over and took several shots. Dynamo doing everything he can to hold back Gambit, but Gambit gets that reload. He's going to get around the corner here. Takes an ammo rack shot. Gambit and Airstorm trying to come around here and get some resets in. I believe that was Blue that just fell. 11 seconds left on the cap. All right, there's the reset back up to 30. Gambit down to a one-shot. Airstorm a one-shot. XGN bounces off the back Airstorm. Does land the second shot. We are back down to 8 seconds on the cap. There's the reset from Gambit, but Gambit's going to fall to Rig in the back. Toasty goes down. Cav, the last remaining BZ alive here for V1. Gets a good shot into the Barracuda, and Rig with the cleanup. We do have XGN coming in. He is almost off a reload. Looks like he's probably going to go try to take out Super D. Super D does get a shot in, but he is going to fall. We have Dodger Blue still with that 812 in the Barask. HMO with 530 takes the shot from XGN down to a 1. Dodger Blue going to come in and try to hunt down XGN. Should be able to take him out if he lands both shots. There's one. Yep. He will roll if he connects. Misses. XGN almost off a reload. And he is going to give chase here, I believe. 2 birds. Stop. XGN. Oh, first shot tracks. Trying to line up the second shot. He does land it, but Dodger is going to get his loaded and get away. Shot coming back and missed both. And that is going to be game. V1 going to get a round here. I don't even think Dodger Blue will reload in time to even come in. All right, V1 takes the last round of the night, gets a point on the board. So what we were talking about before, now I think it all comes down to, does 1F 6-0 V1 next week, or do they lose some rounds to V1 next week? And then that's going to make things interesting. Or if V1 beats 1F next weekend, then I believe that puts DECOY in for the win. Because I don't think either team has lost other than when they played each other and they tied. So it's going to be really interesting to see where that top spot lands. Anyway, guys, we'll take one last, just real quick skim of damage here. Rig coming out on top with 3 kills, 37-30. Sorry. The dog is not working with me. XGN with 2 kills, 23-52. Cav with 1 kill, 12-25. Hunter with 11-16. Nobody else breaking 1,000. Super D with 2,000, Calinator with 1 kill, 1967, HMO with 1550, Dodger 1362, and Gambit 2 kills, 1,000. Nobody else breaking 1,000. Wow, stop. Zenovu, thank you for the follow. I really appreciate that. All right, guys. Matches will be up on Discord or up on YouTube pretty quick. If you haven't already, please go follow the YouTube. Almost at 800 followers over there. Would really appreciate it. And we will catch you guys next weekend.